In this video I will show you process of shell plate expansion. As you can see on my screen, I have opened hull drawing with the surface of one building block divided into separate shell plates. Let us expand one of the shell plates. I select the plate and in the right button menu I run Expand Surface command. The dialog window has several tabs. Let us go step by step along all the tabs. General settings. We can leave ShipConstructor to define direction of the expansion, or we can switch it manually to forward-aft direction or up-down direction. And with the green arrow you see the direction of the expansion and you see proportional values of the curvature. So in this case, of course, we have to choose forward-aft direction, means direction of the less curvature. Next option, use neutral axis for expansion. Of course, it should be switched on. Next one, stretch expanded plate, non-stretch only, compression only, or scale. This depends on the method of bending of the plate. It can be heating or it can be press bending. Practice shows that if you are not aware of the method of bending, you should leave it to none, and it gives pretty good results. Positioning of the expansion. If we will check in these checkboxes, we will be able to position manually the expansion of the plate. And expansion will be rotated to the smallest rectangle. I will keep it on. Roll lines are the lines of the constant curvature of the plate. You can show them, and these lines can be calculated in different ways with a different density depending on the angular spacing which you will set here. Forming controls, we can switch them on and off. This will show us deformations of the plate during the expansion. Then we have to set up text size for the forming controls and for the label of the plate. And we have more options to delete previous expansions, to delete previous expanded geometry, and show expansion mesh, which you see now on the screen. I can switch it off and on. Next step, add stock, allows us to add green material to the plate. It can be constant around the plate, like 50 millimeters, or we can add stock to different sides of the plate, and we can add different green material. I will set it to none, as the plate is pretty simple for expansion. Next step, templates. You can set colors for the templates, and you can switch on, I recommend this, cycle color, which will give each template a separate color, and it will be easier to distinguish between the templates. Labels on the templates. You can set what labels, what information you want to see in the label of the template, like plate name, name of the marking line, sight line heights and bracket angle, or any other option from the list. And size of this label I will set to 30. Labels can be placed outside of the template or inside the template. Templates can be shown on the plate surface, means in 3D we also can see these templates. This is helpful and I will switch it on, as well as I will switch on alignment icon, which will give us information how templates should be oriented on the plate for bending. And the size of the alignment icon I will set to 150. Geometry of the templates. Templates can be placed from the mold side of the plate or from the thickness side of the plate. In my case, if mark side of the plate is inside the hull, then this setting will make templates from inside the hull or outside the hull, from the water side. I will leave it to mold side. Templates can be skepped or they can be made in bow fashion. You see this type of templates. It can be used for the bow plates of the hull, or they can be standard. Standard templates can be made as strips, as plate, and as lines only. Let us switch it to plate. Templates can be calculated on the mark lines which are already on the plate, or they can be calculated automatically. And here we can set how many templates we want to this plate. I will leave it to mark lines. Create sightline template. During the expansion, sightline will be calculated along the plate and it will be marked on the transverse templates. With this option we can also calculate template, longitudinal template on the sightline. Let us leave it on. Minimum heights of the templates I will set to 50, and we can also set edge margin. This parameter I will leave it 0. We can mirror sightline mark. You see how the preview looks like, and we can set angle for the sightline mark to 45 degrees. And in case of standard plate templates, I strongly recommend to set it to 45 degrees. The last tab defines the orientation icon which will be placed on the plate, on the expanded plate. So now all settings are done and we can click OK. And we can position the expansion, and we see expanded plate, transverse templates and longitudinal template above the sightline. Don't forget that to get these transverse templates, first you have to set mark lines, frames. You have to toggle them as templates, and in the list of mark lines you will see them in bold font. This means that they are toggled as templates. In one of the next videos we will review the result of the expansion, and we will study all information which we get during the expansion.